Sai.
Barago.
11:55.
Yeah, what a big chapter. 28 years of serialization. Shout outs to One Piece, man.
Shout outs to One Piece. I mean, like we love Dragon Ball. We adore Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z what it did. But One Piece, man, there's nothing like it.
I agree. Nothing like it. It's I mean, it's very different too.
Bro, we are, like you said, 28 years, and we're still getting bangers like this. This chapter was insane.
We're still getting world building. We still don't know anything.
World building. I think even like nuances with swordsmanship, just like finding out lore about really important characters. I don't know, man. Like this is it. You know what it feels like? Sometimes it feels like Oda is like a time traveler. This video is sponsored by BetterHelp. Let's take a quick break to talk about something important: mental health, and a service that's been a game changer for me, BetterHelp. If you're feeling stressed, anxious, or just need someone to talk to, BetterHelp makes professional counseling accessible, affordable, and convenient. It's an online platform that connects you with licensed therapists through text, chat, phone, or video. Whatever works best for you. I gave it a shot a while back when I was feeling a bit overwhelmed with work, life, YouTube, and I gotta say, it really did make a difference. I signed up on their website, filled out a quick questionnaire about what I was dealing with, like stress and even trouble sleeping, and they matched me with a therapist in less than a day. And being able to do it from my laptop was very easy. No driving, no waiting rooms, just real support when I needed it. My therapist was straightforward and helped me sort through some tough stuff. I could message her anytime between sessions, which was great when I needed to vent or get advice on the spot. She gave me practical tools like breathing exercises and ways to manage my schedule that I still use today. What I liked most though was the flexibility. I could switch therapists if it didn't feel right, and I even tried phone sessions when I was short on time. It's also more affordable than traditional therapy, and you can cancel anytime if it's not for you. Guys, mental health matters, and taking that first step can be hard, but BetterHelp, it makes it easier. If you're interested, go to betterhelp.com/BDA law and get matched with a licensed therapist today. You deserve to feel better. BetterHelp can help make that happen. All right, let's get back to the video. Because I think about that sometimes. Like if I had like if I had a time machine, what would I go back and do?
Yeah,
you know. And I'm sure I'd probably steal a lot of ideas. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, just steal some ideas.
Get random theories, right? Like, oh guys, like Brago's. What is this? He guessed the Roxy's a Beck. We're on chapter 10.
I'm like, you know what? I think at some point in One Piece, you're gonna have a guy that really likes donuts and probably has like future sight. I don't know. Yeah. Just some speculation.
Guys, I think there's going to be 4 Emperors of the Sea. Hear me out. One is going to be an Oni dragon.
What about the warlords getting replaced by robots that look just like them?
How does that sound? We're looking forward to Vegapunk? Well, what if his head is just really big because he's so smart?
It'd be like, come on, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You know?
That's one of those things, like, I don't think people understand, like, whenever you hear, like, a crazy One Piece theory, nothing's too crazy for One Piece. Like, think about everything we have now, and then say that, like, 10 years ago. Like, what if
Luffy isn't a Paramecia?
Probably not.
What if he has a different type of devil fruit? You're like, come on, bro. Really? He's not a Paramecia?
Luffy's gonna have fire hair, and he's gonna pull things out of it. No, okay, get off the meds, Grandpa.
And I think that's why it's kind of like, you can't take One Piece too seriously. And you got to kind of have fun with the story. Like, that's why the Buggy thing that we talked about, which I think is amazing, him just being Zebek's son, because it's like, what's the problem? I see no issue with it. I think it'd be hilarious if Buggy is his kid and he's gotten to where he's gotten without, like, the bells and whistles from Rocks necessarily. It's just fun, you know? And so, shout out to One Piece, man. Nothing has ever been like it. Nothing will ever be like it. I think in general, not only that, the community and how the community rallies around One Piece, the interest every week. We talked about this, like, I want to say towards the beginning of Elbaf, like how much, not that it's waned a lot, but you can feel like the difference in regards to the excitement for Elbaf. It's back. It is 1,000% back.
That's how it goes, man. Like when chapters get hype, everybody just starts, you know, picking it up again. They start binging those chapters. And,
I've seen people that I didn't see talk about One Piece in a long time.
It did it.
Yeah. Nah, I love it. But no cover story this week.
Oh, thank God.
Unfortunately.
Thank God. I mean, okay, to be fair, I want to know who's
I want to know.
But
I want to know.
A week without Yamato, I'm not even complaining anymore, dude. All right, fair enough.
I wasn't that bad. I was like, okay. But I'm like, now we get to some interesting stuff. That's when Oda's like,
let's pull away.
Yeah, cover art. And he probably goes away from it next chapter. Just goes to something else.
Dude, if he does that, I'm gonna be so not like upset. I'd be like, oh, come on, Oda. Like, we're gonna see Yamato eating sushi. It's like, no, the grave though, Oda. Please.
But then he gets revealed in SBS.
Or it's like a Bibber card like 2 years later.
We got a lot to look forward to, man.
Yeah. Can't wait for that.
Either way, cover art was cool. I think anything special you picked out from it felt like a typical cover art.
People did not like my take on this. I said I wasn't the biggest fan of penguins. I mean, they're not bad. I just don't think they're like an S tier animal. I put them in like the C tier, really. If I like power scale them in terms of how cool they are, definitely C tier.
I don't think they're cool at all, but I think they'd be fun to have. Like,
yeah, but that's like a what if though. Like, we can't make them pets though, right?
No, like because where we live, they need. Yeah. They need ice and stuff. But I was watching Kung Fu Panda for the first time the other day.
There's not a penguin in Kung Fu Panda, is there?
No. But there's a panda. And
okay, all right. I see where you're going. All right, animal, like, okay.
So then after that, for whatever reason, I looked up pandas. And I think I'd want to own a panda. Not own a panda, but
I don't like pandas. Own a panda.
They're so cute and they're clumsy and they fall over.
It could be like an Asian thing, people see me and they're like, oh, Sai's a little bit Chinese. He probably loves pandas. I think it's because I had that stigma growing up. I just never liked pandas that much. And plus, I'm not a big like bear fan anyways. So pandas are just like what? Black and white bears without color. So I just got a lot of issues people with pandas.
People would stick like Chinese people with pandas. I didn't know that.
Yeah, China even gives out pandas to a lot of American zoos, believe it or not. China uses pandas as like bargaining chips, kind of like how Rocks had like the 5 kings. China does have pandas. Sense.
They're adorable.
Yeah, and they're limited too. They don't really reproduce often. Like they don't like having sex.
Bad panda.
They only have sex, I think, like once or twice a year. And if you miss if you miss the day, I think they just don't. You
gotta wait.
Yeah,
I know they're endangered. They're endangered for sure. Why. So I get it. But I thought pandas were cool. A penguin, I agree with you. I don't really care for penguins. They're whatever. But no, the cover art was whatever. Normally I compared Nami and Robin. I don't feel like it's not even much to
can't even see them.
Write home about. Yeah, so it was fine. This chapter though,
a little bit more than fine.
We have Rocks talking to Loki. Right?
Yeah.
Where he's saying, man, yo, where's your dad? Well, Loki starts off by saying, my dad's not here. He's like, okay. Since you're Harold's kid, you can get him, right? So just go tell him that you're hurt and come back. And Loki, he's still on. The thing is, he's a kid. He's never really interacted with humans. He's still, kind of different from his dad, and he doesn't believe in his dad's beliefs, where he's like, dog, you guys are just like playthings. You think I'm gonna take orders from you? And also in the midst of it though, you can feel some doubt because he's like, you expect my dad to drop everything to come and save me? Like, that's crazy.
He literally would too, which is funny. Harold would do it, man. I mean, he just doesn't know Loki's struggles, brother. It's tough.
But Loki is like questioning it. You know?
And that's so sad.
So, it's sad. It's really sad. He's like, my dad would not do that. But Rox had to teach him a lesson, right? Rox had to teach him a lesson, and this was a panel or a conversation from the narrator that like got a lot of attention. Because the narrator says Rock's swordsmanship was renowned for its brutal impact akin to a giant hammer or cannon fire. It was said to blow everything in the surrounding vicinity away. What was your takeaway from that statement?
Right away, I thought it was cool. I feel like every time he releases a blow, it's like a little nuke. And then I realized they dropped the S word. People were like, "Oh, science confirmed. Roger Rocks, they're Mihawk victims." I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa." I don't even know where to start with that.
So that's the thing. I think when I saw it, the first thought was like, okay,
yeah,
Oda's starting to expand a little bit with swordsmanship, where it's like different people are gonna have like different quirks with their swordsmanship and like how it intertwines with their haki. Where it's like, okay, Rocks had an exploding style. Like, are you gonna retcon it with like Fujitora has something different, or like, I thought it was
style.
like, I thought it was cool. I thought it was really cool with just like, and then I'm like, okay, is this akin to like Divine Departure? But I didn't realize just how many people took this and was like, swordsmanship is just like Divine Departure. Mihawk upscale, Shanks is in the gutter. Yeah. I'm like, wait.
That's so
I'm
funny,
like,
dude.
wait, that's where it went? So, I guess for me right now, I'm hoping that this is somewhat like a renaissance where now we get like focus on swordsmanship and the nuances around it way more than we did in the past. As far as like the different, just small things that other swordsmen would do that are different from somebody like Mihawk or even Roger. Like, are we going to have like unique things about each swordsman going forward?
Yeah, and I wish that Oda kept this energy up throughout the series, because I think what muddies the water is swordsmen like a good example is King, where he's like, oh, I'm not exactly
I was just thinking about King.
Like because he's over here like he has a blade, but he uses it in a different way. Like, why not?
Which is
say
cool.
King's swordsmanship is known for stealing blades and incapacitating opponents. Or Mr. One. I'm rewatching One Piece. We got to Mr. One. Zoro's fighting him. He's like, oh, these are sword slashes. These are sword techniques. And then Mr. One says, oh, don't consider me a swordsman. It's like, why? You are one, though. You're a blade.
Personally, I think Oda likes playing with that idea and playing with it where it's just like, I'm going to keep everything open-ended and nuanced for the conversation and debate, for the debate to happen, right? And leave Mihawk completely in the dark where, for the most part, untouched, where you can't really question his title, but it's going to make fans question the title because of how he plays with the idea of swordsmanship. So again, I didn't realize just how deep people were taking this statement. I thought it was really dope for like the future of the story and where Oda could go with it with other swordsmen. As far as Shanks and Mihawk, what are you saying?
I was about to say like Vista, right? Vista's swordsmanship
the flower blade. We have the
flowers.
As far as Shanks and Mihawk, I think the more this conversation goes on, the more you realize it doesn't even matter, because I don't think we're gonna get a correct answer or a definitive answer from Oda ever. And I think at this point, if Mihawk is stronger, if Shanks is stronger, it doesn't change much within the story. So I think it may be one that Oda just plays with throughout the entirety of the story. So
yeah, and then will they ever fight seriously again? Probably not.
No.
Like, they have no real reason to. They feel like Guy and Kakashi. I've always related them to Guy and Kakashi. They have the rivalry. One has 600 wins, one has 599. They switch, they swap. That's just how it is.
Mihawk has the title, Shanks has the people. In a way, we get the popular vote. Well, Mihawk has the title, so it's just like you can't discount him.
And then when it comes to Rocks, it's not like we can bring Rocks back from the dead and have him fight Mihawk.
Can't bring him back. But I thought it was really cool though. I thought it was really dope about like just his swordsmanship. His swordsmanship is like an impact, like a giant cannon fire. So like when he hits you, I don't know if this is like also Oda saying, hey, this is why Loki didn't get cut in half, because that's not Rocks' style. It's more of like an exploding thing. Because I mean, you would assume somebody like Rocks, he cuts Loki, then it's done, But I hope to get more of this. I really hope to get more of this, where it's just like specific things about everybody's type of swordsmanship and how it intertwines specifically for them. I think that would be dope for the story.
It's like the Kamusara, because you see the black lightning building up in the blade, but when he releases it, you do not see any black lightning. It literally is an impact. And I gotta say, man, Loki, he's tanking a nut shot. Do you see that?
He took it. He took it.
He took it below the belt, brother. That's crazy.
Gotta say shout out to Rocks as well, because Rocks was like,
He's
now
laughing.
Loki's been seriously hurt, right? So we
gotta
gotta
call
do the
now.
same thing. Now you gotta tell him. You should just listen to me, man. So I thought that was really cool. However, we go to the Holy Land.
Ooh.
This was an interesting panel, like just an interesting flow of events, because we see Emu, and it's initially I wasn't sure if Rocks was actually talking to Emu or Emu was just talking to himself or herself. I was like, what is going on? But it seems like they were having a conversation.
Yeah.
Where he's just there casually saying, well, Emu says, you can't use these kings as bargaining chips. Like, that doesn't matter to me.
I don't care.
And he's like, so? Like, it was crazy though, right?
You gotta admire what I did, huh?
Right? He's like, it was
God.
intense though, right? I mean, we gotta try. So, what did you think about that what a narrator says? Because narrator's just like working overtime in this chapter.
Yeah. Dude, the craziest part to me was when the narrator said that Rocks, he knew there was nothing more he could do in that moment, so he withdrew. I'm like, what? Because we know Rocks is that guy, but it's like, I mean, Emu, while this chapter hypes up Rocks to a good amount, it also hypes up Emu too. Like, Emu doesn't
like
care,
Hunter.
nonchalant, they're just playing with butterflies. Like, damn.
It felt like Hunter x Hunter. Not gonna lie, where it's like, you remember you've seen Hunter x Hunter.
I've watched a good amount of it, but I mean, I'll admit I fell asleep during a lot of portions. I need to rewatch it.
Where like during the Chimera End arc, the narrator's like a major part of that arc.
Yeah.
Where that the narrator is used to not only tell you what's happening, because in real time it's happening so fast, so they slow it down. The narrator's like, in this moment this happened, in this moment this happened. But also the narrator, like, Togashi uses that moment for the narrator to tell you how people are feeling exactly in that moment.
Yeah.
And I thought this was beautifully done because, like you said, Rocks is somewhat casual, right? He's there chilling. Emu was with butterflies. We presume this is Gunko, right? 56 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is insane. And he says, in that moment, I realized there was nothing I could do. Which is telling you Emu is a problem.
Rocks didn't even try to fight. Like, when Luffy finds somebody who
Luffy would never
powerful,
do nothing like this.
Yeah, I was like,
never.
if Luffy sees somebody who is overwhelmingly powerful, he'll fight them anyways, like Kaido, right?
You don't care.
Didn't stand a chance, fought Kaido anyways, lost at the beginning of Wano. Rocks said, I'm out.
Got a punch in on Big Mom, right? They were like, yo, we gotta go. He's like, nah, I'm gonna get a punch in. Right? So at the end of the day, I think this shows the calculated side of Rocks, because he came off as a hothead for a while. This shows that there's a lot more to this person, where he's like, you know what? Cool. But he didn't leave like with nothing.
Oh my God.
He threatened Emu. Right? Said, just wait. One day I will be back. Because getting to the flower room is no small feat.
We don't even know where it's at.
We don't know where it's at.
We're in the castle.
How the heck did he know where it was?
How does he even know that there's a higher up person to where he would need to kidnap kings even?
That's why I think for him, this was just confirmation.
Yeah, he was going to confirm that somebody was up here.
Right. Because Memi said after this, I want to be the king of the world. So it's like, but first, how do you become king of the world? First, you got to make sure that there is a king. So it's just like, all right, let's go see the hierarchy up there. Let's see how it works. So then I would presume Rocks did his research with the O'Harans, all these different things, and then went to Mary Joa. And first of all, everything that Rocks did in Mary Joa is almost unbelievable. It's actually ridiculous. Let me ask you, do you think he was alone?
Yeah. This is before we got the Davy Jones call-in, but like the Davy Back fight call-in even. I think he was solo.
So it's before. So here's my thing. Either he had a broken devil fruit or he had help. Because not only did you kidnap the kings to create a diversion, you somehow made it to the flower room, threatened Emu, got out of there, killed an admiral, and got out of the Holy Land. That's unheard of.
Yeah, one thing to keep in mind, too, we don't see the 5 kings that he has captured. Like, where are they?
No. That's the thing. How do you capture five kings, store them somewhere where nobody can find them,
And you're just one guy.
and you're one? That's what I'm saying. So
See,
either
like,
it was like a
Blackbeard.
like a heist, or a situation where it's like he came with people that we obviously don't know yet.
Yeah.
But how it seems like he didn't even have like a core crew like even Blackbeard has with like Van Auger and Burgess and those guys. It didn't seem like he had those guys. So if he's alone, no devil. Who is this man?
Yeah, I mean, we only know of 2. Well, we have a couple, but like the first devil fruits that come to my mind when it comes to like kidnapping hostages, it would be
Yami.
Caribou with the swamp fruit and
swamp.
Blackbeard, because he has like the
Yami.
black hole.
Right. So he can like basically put people in another dimension, or the mirror world, or the door
Yeah,
door.
Mirror World works. Blue No works.
You know,
yeah.
It's just a way to store them somewhere where nobody else can find them, right?
Yeah.
But I thought that was bro, the threat. And Emu was casual too. Emu and
doesn't
then
care. No
that
sweat
panel
marks,
of
no
Emu
nothing.
looking back, that's a woman. I wonder
don't know.
though.
I'm so iffy on it.
You see it? Because now it's like, do you think Emu, bro, just look at the panel, bro.
Are you trying to say it looks like boobs?
No, it's like the break in the top part looks like hair.
Yeah.
It's like a crown with hair.
If it's hair, it's like very blunt. I don't know. I just don't know what this is.
But then also,
Is
for
it
someone
a
like,
veil?
okay, do you think this is Gunko?
Yeah, I think so.
Because people saying Gunko's mom, I was like, I was like, age doesn't matter necessarily when you start
Yeah, when
talking
you're
about
Holy
Emu
Knight.
and this, right? It really doesn't matter. But if Gunko is here, wait, how does that tie into Brook though?
I don't think it does
50,
necessarily.
56 years ago.
Yeah, Brook should
Brooke
be
was-
a pirate.
This is before he was a pirate, right? Because he was
I don't
dead for
know.
50. He's dead for 50 years, and then he was with Yorkie.
No, he was with Yorkie first, and then he was dead.
Right. So I guess I'm going backwards. So dead for 50
Yeah.
years, and then going backwards Yorkie, and then he was with a convoy.
Yeah, would this be the Yorkie years?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. How I don't remember
let me
exactly
look it
how
up.
long he was with Yorkie, because if this is the case, and let's say Gunko could have escorted Gunko to Mary Joa
Okay, so this is 56 years ago, right?
56 years ago.
So 52 years ago, that is when Brook joined the Rumbar Pirates.
So 56 years ago, Brook was still a part of a convoy or doing something else.
Yes. And
So
we don't
more
know,
than likely, we don't know.
we don't know when Brook left Gunko.
We don't know exactly, but it would not be crazy if Odo was like Brook was at Mary Joa at the same time. when
Oh
Rocks-
my god. If Brook gets that amount of like potential, that storytelling, that would be I would love it. If you just say, "Oh
I would
yeah,
love
by
it
the way,
too.
Brook went up to the Holy Land casually." Imagine Brook shows up and he's like, "Oh yeah, hey Luffy, the flower room's that way." It's like, "What?"
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Brook,
If Brook says I saw it all go down, I saw rocks. And okay, come on, Brook. Come on. Really?
yeah.
What
maybe.
Oda did though, he left it open where that's possible that Brook was here with Gunko and was still following around or
'Cause
protecting Gunko.
we have no idea when Gunko and Brook last interacted. We saw like Gunko as a little child. That's one thing,
Right.
but we don't know if that's like their last meeting, their first meeting.
Don't
Like,
know.
how long does that relationship go on
don't know.
before Brook leaves Gunko? Like, I think that's the big question mark.
But it's conveniently right. This timeline is conveniently before he
You're so
joins
right.
Yorkie. So
I didn't
I
think
think
about
that's
that.
really interesting. But with Emu, it's always the thought process of vessels and young women and just that process. How would that work? Why is that necessary? You know, with Vivi and Lily and, you know, having Gunko now, like what's the connection there? Why
He
young
just likes
women?
bad bitches, bro. Or she,
You know,
I guess. I don't know.
It's just, is if it's a guy that wants to be in the body of a woman, that's
and then he wants women around
freaky.
him.
Right.
Yeah, it's like collecting dolls, brother. Like, damn.
Damn.
I mean, it's funny. It could be like Sudo, right? Sudo has like an all-women crew. Boa Hancock has an all-women crew. If this is like an actual girl, then yeah, maybe that makes sense, right? Just collecting the women.
Or like Jinchi's dad.
Ooh, well, Jinchi's like uncle, I think, but yeah, collecting all the little kids. Shout outs.
Yeah.
I don't even know his name. They just call him the previous emperor, man. That's crazy. What a wild guy.
Nasty, man. But
the Watsky of Apothecary.
Sandman just his ears just got pricked up somewhere.
Somebody said Watsky.
Did someone say Watsky?
While reading One Piece.
Did you know? So Rocks threatened Emu, and again, he got out of there. And now they're talking about, bro, we talked about this. We talked about Harold and Harold going to the Holy Land and how that is the worst idea considering what he is. And I feel like things played out in the way we talked about, where it's just like, he walks in with the king. Celestial dragons were like, okay, who is that? I need one.
I have the money.
First of all, what you have belongs to me. Everything you own belongs to, bro, look at what they're saying.
Yeah.
It looks so much bigger than a normal giant. I want it as a slave. We should have it stuffed. Like, he's going to stand out even more. Bro, he's already on fire.
Who set him on fire? Is this like a previous Magu, Mera? Like, who did that?
That's what people were saying. People were saying that could it possibly be somebody that, like, had these devil fruits beforehand. But I think what they did, right? Because here's one thing that happened. I'm not sure what Harold did, but he says the negotiations went south. So my thing is, like, did he rip his hood off and like, I'm Harold, King of Elbaf. I come to...
I want peace and prosperity for my people.
And they're like, what? What are you even doing here? Trespasser, he's a Kingnapper.
The Kingnapper is such a good nickname, by the way.
It's
Kingnapper.
Great. I love it.
Kingnapper Harold.
One thing, the Celestial Dragons, creative, man. Just creative monsters.
Like, think about all the villains they created, too, in the story. Like, we gotta... Thank you, guys. You're making some great storytelling.
Yeah, I mean, like,
all
this would not exist without them being the type of people that they are. So we got to give it up to them, right?
Oh, yeah, we would never have Saboti if Charlos wasn't an asshole, right? Like, shout outs to Charlos, man. People don't give him his flowers enough.
We wouldn't have Dofi if his dad wasn't a dumbass.
Yeah.
There's so many things.
We wouldn't have Shanks if the Celestial Dragons weren't around.
But even with them, like, even with that, it's still like, why would you have your kid in it? I guess an embarrassment of riches at some point. But Harold's running away to Kingnapper. And in the same time, and this is Oda mentions an admiral being killed like 3 times.
He just wants to rub it in.
And twice in this chapter.
I wish we saw him, dude.
I think it's going to be significant.
Yeah.
Right? Where whomever it is, whomever this person could be connected to, it's going to be important. Because, like, bro, in general, people don't die in One Piece.
They killed this guy. Like they literally, it's a first of feat, really. I mean, well, yeah, for an admiral, right? Because the first Yonko was just Whitebeard. So it's like, yeah, we finally added an admiral to the killed in action list.
So it's just like, this doesn't happen. So either Rocks is incredibly strong, or there's a significant reason for this.
Yeah, it ties into the story.
I know a lot of people are going to be like, well,
yada, yada.
The admirals are just weak. But, I mean, come on. I mean,
we're losing to potentially the second strongest person in the verse. It's like, oh, an admiral died to Roger. It's like, well, okay, he's the pirate king.
Yeah,
like, I mean, that's fair.
Roger.
I mean, that's, Yonko's fair.
I think it's kind of like, again, the admiral dying makes sense here.
Yeah.
But I'm like, Oda could have used a God Knight. Didn't.
Yeah, it's odd that like Emu. I get why Emu didn't fight, right? Like, yeah, Mu doesn't really care. But why not Gunko? Why not, Because Garling should be around.
Garling should be around.
Sommer should be around. It's like, why didn't anybody else act? Do they really not care about any of this?
I think first off, it's impact. Killing a God Knight opens more things when it comes to like haki and ability and that whole process. And then if he kills a God Knight, I don't think it resonates the same way as if he kills an admiral.
Because we've known him longer.
It's an established power.
Yeah.
Right? And also, if a God Knight gets killed, is that news?
No, nobody would know about that.
That's something that, like, so it's like the Admiral is needed for infamy, for Rocks, and for also, I think, substantiating what Oda's been saying about him. Like, no, he's actually legit. People don't die in One Piece, and the Admiral got killed while because timeline-wise, I'm thinking that he did this after leaving Emu. I'm not sure how, because some people are looking at it differently. We did it before Emu. How do you look at it?
I think it's after Emu. I don't think it matters too much, but if I had to put money down, I'd say it's after Emu. I saw some really heated debates about the timeline. It's like, guys, like either way, he killed an admiral and he's fleeing. He's
well,
good
I think
now.
for people like and their agenda, they're like, well, if he does it before, he's casually chilling with Emu after killing an admiral.
Okay.
Whereas if he did it after, he sees bleeding whilst running away, so that was caused by the admiral.
He looks.
Right,
I will say he does look a little bit more disheveled after the Emu fight, or I mean, after the Emu confrontation. So I'd say he did it after.
I would say
that's
after
my
as well.
guess.
So then Harold, it's crazy because Harold sees a guy running away. He's like, "Oh, that's probably the guy who got me in trouble." It's like
crazy assumption, by the way. Is he
off,
like, he looks at him and is like, okay, this guy looks wild. It has to be him.
He looks like a criminal.
He
Harold.
looks like a villain.
Harold.
Damn, dude. Judging a book by its cover, huh?
But my thing is like, Harold, he did not get you in problems. You did by coming here. No, bro, no matter if there was a Kingnapper or somebody else was intruding, they were going to arrest you, buddy. You were not going to leave the Holy Land if it was up to Celestial Dragons, regardless of anything going on. However, he took his frustration out on Rocks. And, Rocks met him with equal force.
Crazy.
Conqueror's clash.
Yeah.
Not touching. Right? This is how Oda like shows like, hey, they're really strong, guys. No touching.
Yonko caliber character, huh?
Right. We don't see the sky split. I'm going to assume that the sky split, though.
Yeah, I mean, they're in the red line. The clouds above, below them, yada, yada. The sky split somehow.
The sky split. Because it's at 5 kilometers, everyone got blown away. The sky split. The sky split.
Do you think Emu in the flower room got blown away too? Just because they said everyone. I don't think it happened, but I think it's funny how they worry. Like everybody got blown away. Like, oh, the God Knights just fell back in their chair. Emu fell into a butterfly. I think
Emu was like probably still talking to Gunko and playing with the butterflies. Was like, okay. I think it was just like a head turn. I don't think Emu got blown away.
It's just crazy thinking that Emu's so nonchalant here, but when Joy Boy's haki gets released, Emu's like crying and sweating. Yeah. I love the difference.
PTSD, man. Yeah. PTSD.
Madara versus Hashirama right there.
Hashirama all over again.
Yep.
Harold being this strong makes sense. Oda has been telling us that Harold is one of the strongest people in Elbaf's history. He's an ancient giant. We see some of what Loki's capable of, and
we saw what Hyruden can do.
Yeah, we saw what Hyruden could do, and so I guess off of that we have to assume that Harold is him. I gotta say though, and it hurt me to say it. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no.
But I've had a shift. I now think that Hyruden will show Conqueror's haki at some point.
Let's fucking go, dude. Yeah. Wow, my guy, you're finally seeing the vision, huh?
I see it now. I see it now.
Yes.
I see it
Hired
now.
hype. Hey, I've been on Team Hired since day one, ever since Dressrosa. I make fun of him. Don't get me wrong, guys. But I've always believed in him.
I think once he gets a new fit, then it's up.
Have you seen Hired without his stupid helmet?
No.
He's got black flowing locks, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Locks,
just get rid of the stupid ass helmet and you're good. Get rid of the helmet, man. And you're fine. Because he wants to be the king of Elbaf.
Yeah.
King of all the giants.
Kings don't always wear helmets, so take it off.
When we think about just some of the basic requirements seemingly for Conqueror's haki, genetics seemingly is one, and then also kingly ambitions is another. If you make a name for yourself, et cetera, chicken or the egg, whatever. Hired, he checks the boxes, man. And I think if your dad is this impressive, it's just inevitable. And so I think
somehow,
the
some way, it's gonna happen.
The Mudblood King will show. Because when you think about the Grand Fleet, he probably has the most cachet to probably be the leader of the Grand Fleet.
I'd say, it's either him or Don Sai.
Sai, right?
I'd say
him or Sai.
Yeah.
But I'd say him. And also what that would mean for like just diplomatic reasons, the giant being, it just has more weight to it, literally and figuratively. So I'm on the wave, man. This is all I needed to see. And I think Harden is going to have his moment. Now, I do think he gets his ass beat at some point, for sure, once we get out of the flashback. But I think he's going to have a moment here in Elbaf. Not only for himself, but to also, like, Loki doesn't respect him. And doesn't respect his strength. And so I think this is a way, honestly, nobody really does. So I think him using Conqueror's haki or some insane technique would boost his stocks a lot. So I'm here. I'm on the wave. I'm on the wave after seeing Harold and Rocks clash like this. It's funny they had casual conversation, somewhat.
They fell in love, man. After they clashed their blades, they just fucking loved each other.
He said, what's your name? He said, Vohaha.
It's a funny laugh, too, with the V. Vohaha.
States your name. Bararaha. It's Harold.
So it's a good reenactment. I love that.
And then he says, I'm Rocks. Hey, angle your strike towards the town. They'll enslave you if you get caught. Huh? Why? Just do it, buddy. And they clashed, and then he's like, oh, so anyway, how do I get to Elbaf? The new world is that way. If you survive this, let's meet again in the new world, Harold.
Wait,
I was like, what?
You're jumping?
I was like, you're a criminal, man. Don't never associate me with you. I'm like, bro, you're literally jumping off the red line. Like, you're a criminal.
Yeah, you're trespassing. They were trying to capture you.
You're a criminal too, Harold. But then, of course, the narrator says, well, Rocks had taken down the Navy Admiral just moments earlier. I'm like, oh my God, narrator, we get it.
We know.
However, it's important. It's important for Rocks' infamy. And they said something that's like, talk about the Admiral and say, despite all the efforts to save him, the Admiral did not survive. I'm like, what did Rocks do to this man or woman?
Yeah, did he like poison him? Did he like leave him bleeding?
Right. So something that like they were... I was trying to think of devil fruits that could do something to somebody that's like a lasting effect. Because obviously the Admiral didn't die right away. It was something that happened and then the Admiral eventually died. So is it like a slash that completely like opened like their intestines? Is it poison? It would
be crazy if Rocks was able to disease people. People are going to start saying, oh, Rocks is the one who poisoned Roger. Rocks is the one who poisoned Whitebeard, and that's why they died after a while.
I'm not mad at that.
That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be really cool.
Roger died because of Rocks eventually, and then so did Whitebeard. Because Whitebeard, obviously, he's like the odd man out of the crew. He's like the good guy of the crew. So
Yeah.
I could see like, Rock's like, Whitebeard, you're too soft. Here you go. I don't know how that would work, but be interesting.
Kind of poison his rivals. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, off of the Admiral's death, his infamy boomed, which is, it doesn't say this is his first bounty, but this is what put him on the map,
Yeah.
essentially. And I mean, that would put somebody on the map. Obviously, the bounty is going to be high, but it's not going to be as high as it should be because they're not telling everyone that he got to the flower room. Right? All they're saying is, well, he got to the marriage jar, he killed an admiral. But if they include the flower room nonsense, if they include the threat, his first bounty should be around 4.5.
Oh my God, billion?
$5 billion.
Damn.
Because the admiral bounties are the 3 stars with $3 billion, right?
Yeah, 3 billion, yeah.
You killed one of those. So boom. Secondly, you invaded the flower room and you managed to escape. I think just off of the knowledge that you have shows the danger that you are. So he should be a 5 billion pirate just off of that. But I do think they're going to, of course, say, well, you killed an admiral, 3.5.
Yeah, they're going to like lowball him.
Yeah, they're going to lowball him. 3. I say 3. Just off because this is his first bounty. Because Blackbeard's first bounty was, what, 2.2?
2.2 billion, yeah.
And he basically just beat Marco.
Well, he beat the Whitebeard Pirates. I mean, you can't forget all those other guys, right? Whose names elude me right now.
Flamenco.
Yeah, Flamenco.
Rockio.
Oh, yeah, Rockio. Can't forget about him.
Speed Giroux.
Peter Pan.
Whitey Bay.
Whitey Bay. Yeah. I mean, dude, after beating those
Curio?
guys, I'm surprised he doesn't have a 5 billion bounty.
Ran through all those guys. But yeah, after that, he got 2.2 after the remnants of the Whitebeard Pirates. But this one taking on the Navy Admiral. But I guess for him as well, we got to look at it and kind of temper our expectations because he doesn't have a crew. It's just him.
Yeah.
So 2.5 then?
It would be cool if it was the same like bounty as Buggy.
3.1? 2.2?
I think Buggy's like 3.158.
Yeah. So yeah, the buggy theories are starting to fly.
3.189, kind of close. Yeah, dude. People are saying that bounty poster looks just like Buggy, and then I don't know if you saw like the Vietnamese like translation of Zabek. They're like, oh my God, it means Buggy.
Here's my thing. How did people find this? How did you somehow translate Zabek?
That's a crazy coincidence, right?
It's a crazy coincidence, but who decided to try Vietnamese?
I mean, I'm assuming people did like detect a language, right?
Maybe, or maybe somebody was like Vietnamese and was like, "Oh, Zabek."
Oh yeah, is One Piece big in Vietnam?
I would think so, because I see a lot of tag along.
One Piece in Vietnam.
I see a lot of One Piece 1155 tag along.
Ooh,
is that what it is?
Ooh, yeah. It looks like One Piece has a really strong fan base. Wow.
Seems like One Piece is really popular worldwide.
In fact, Vietnam was the 4th most searched country that looked for One Piece.
So more than likely somebody in Vietnam was like, Zivik.
Yeah, dude.
And it's like, that means Buggy.
Shout outs to the Vietnamese.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
I find a Vietnamese so we can collab with and talk to them, pick their brain,
Is there a single like Vietnamese One Piece YouTube creator that speaks English?
I don't think so. There was this One Piece content creator. Because I'm not sure what country it was, but I think it was an Asian country. That it was he was he was basically translating big YouTubers' videos and uploading them. And then somebody called him out on Twitter. Was like, "Yo, this guy's just ripping everybody's videos and putting and just turning it into like his language using the same editing and all that." And he was a really big content creator, and I think he was Vietnamese. I think so.
Yeah.
Just
download the videos and just voice over them.
Just voice over. You don't got to edit, right? Just voice over. It's already edited.
I feel like eventually you'll run into trouble, but who knows?
With One Piece's copyright system now. No, like if it's just a video. Like if you run into trouble if the YouTuber finds out about it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
How it would have to be like the fans like, yo, like I saw like the same editing from you.
Hey, Brago, when did you learn to speak Vietnamese?
Like that ain't me. You know, I know I keep getting mistaken, but that ain't me. So, I mean, I understand why somebody would do that. Like that's an easy come up. Because it's like, these English YouTubers not gonna watch Vietnamese videos.
I found one of mine in Spanish, and I thought that was kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, I found a bunch of those. Yeah. I found a bunch of those in Spanish. I found a bunch of my thumbnails in a bunch of different countries.
It's really just funny whenever like people comment in those videos asking you questions, but obviously it's not you. I think that's where it gets kind of dicey, but I don't know.
Not me. Brago, what is? Not me, brother. Yeah. The funniest part is when I found like a thumbnail on like a YouTuber, really popular YouTuber that was like, I want to say they had over 500K, maybe over 1 million, but it was like just using other people's thumbnails. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I think we went through their YouTube channel a while back. They had one of my thumbnails too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, interesting, you know.
Yeah,
but
not worth the drama. The game is, but it was
not worth it. But game is game. We see it. Either way, sometime later, a ship carrying a great amount of celestial tribute to Mary Joelle was attacked, and this is not talked about enough. I think the gates of justice were destroyed.
How, dude? How did he do that?
How do you destroy the gates
massive.
of justice?
It's like a steel wall. And not
like
just any steel wall. It's so thick that when the Straw Hats were passing through, we had like a 5-minute conversation with Bon Clay.
And he just destroyed it. So I'm assuming Rocks might be him.
Yeah,
but here's the thing, though.
These are just insane, man.
It is somewhat open-ended where this doesn't have to be Rocks.
Oh, because you think it might be like Whitebeard?
It could be like another party that did activities in the name of Rocks. Maybe Rocks had a fan club.
Okay. If the Rocks fan club is able to destroy a gate of justice, I mean, we have to talk about
who is
them,
this
right?
guy?
Yeah, no, I think it's just Rocks, man. There's no way a fan club destroyed it.
Who is this Bartolomeo from back then?
I mean, I think that might be a character we'll meet later on in the chapter, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's just like why would this be ambiguous? What's the point of this being ambiguous and saying, "Oh, this happened," and the attacker fled the scene? Why not just say Rocks did it? Like that's the thing in my mind is like it's ambiguous for no reason.
Oh, you're
considering
right.
what we just saw.
Yeah,
right. Like
I guess they just kind of assume that the reader will just be
assume it's Rocks.
Yeah, that's Rocks.
It's obviously Rocks, but it's like, is it?
No, you're right. They never like said who did it.
No, but all they said it was used to support the Rocks pirate activities.
Yeah.
So, obviously, like you said, it had to be somebody special to be able to destroy the gates of justice. I wonder if this could be an unnamed person, because if they're destroying the gates of justice, maybe they're really big.
Imagine it's Roger. Roger was part of the Rocks fan club.
That's insane. That would be insanity.
Oda was like, hey, I heard you guys wanted more Roger feats. Here you go.
I'm not going to lie. If Loki was older, I would say it was Loki, man. I would say Loki did this, bro. Because remember, Loki's a fan.
Yeah.
A big fan of Rocks. And he does seemingly have the strength to do something like that.
I mean, even Harold does, but, you know, Harold didn't want to join.
Harold would never. He would never. again, we don't know what the timeline of when this happens.
Yeah. It could be the same year. It could be like, I'm assuming this is like during the 8-year time span between the Reverie and when he goes to Elbaf.
And when he goes to Elbaf.
So yeah.
Possibly. It's tough. But considering Rox's charisma, I would not be surprised if he had like a bunch of people that were fans of his, especially after the fact, killing an admiral. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of people that would hate the admirals in the world.
Oh yeah.
Right. So probably gained fanfare where people are like doing things to aid him. Like, kill all of them. But then also his mentality changed. He stopped going against just the world government. So he was like pseudo-revolutionary almost before this incident, up until that point. Now, he turned his ire towards pirates as well.
It's free game, dude. Easy recruits.
Not only easy recruits, I think looking at him, it gave him an idea of where he had to get to.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, we got to pick it up. We can't do things the same way. We can't just like attack. Pirates going to get it too. Sorry. I got to assemble a crew. I get resources. And we see him when they say that he's targeting pirates. He has a bunch of bounties in his hand. And then we get some long land upscale.
Upscale is it's being used for everything nowadays.
Everything. Foxy upscale, man. Davy Back fights. That's how Rocks gained his crew members, through Davy Back fights.
It makes sense, man. I mean, we already knew, like before this chapter even, we knew that Rocks was associated with Davy Back fights. We just didn't know how. Or because we heard that Hachinosu was where, quote, Davy Back fights originated, right, which isn't exactly true coming off of this chapter. That comes from Rocks. So it's like, yeah, we always had that connection just because of Hachinosu, but now, like, we know that he loved Davy Back fights, man.
Rocks is hilarious because we see him playing these games. Like, he was participating.
You think he's having fun?
I think he was having a blast.
It's like side questing in a video game. You know, he's over here like doing gotcha pulls, his dailies.
He's doing his thing, bro. And he's like, it's almost like he's looking at the bounties like, he seems really cool. I'll go get him. And then he pulls up on this crew. And he's like, yo, and it's like, he's already infamous, right? So
yeah,
I'm sure he pulls up on the crew. They're like, oh shit. Like, he's like, no. How about a Davy Back? And I would not be surprised if these games were rigged. Because for him to win all these people, right? Games are probably rigged. Probably things that he's done time and time again. He's like, I fight your captain for him. Like, come on, like,
yeah,
it's
dude,
more than likely there's no contest. Because I don't think Whitebeard was a captain of his last ship.
Man, I just really wish we got Rocks versus Foxy, like two undefeated champions, really.
Hey, don't rule it out yet.
Don't rule it out.
Right. Don't rule it out.
I mean, Foxy's an old guy, right? How old is Foxy? Was he around?
46 years ago? I don't know.
No, he's only 38. Damn it. No, he can't be a part of this flashback. God.
What about...
Wait. Rocks dies.
What about
and Foxy's
Throxy?
Born. Wait a minute. Wait.
What about Throxy?
Throxy. Like Foxy's grandfather? The previous, like, undefeated champion?
Yeah, that's where Foxy got it from. The only guy to beat Rocks.
You do know that Foxy Grandpa is that's a nickname. Yeah, Foxy Grandpa of the past.
Like, he was the only guy to beat Rocks.
That'd be kind of nuts.
That'd be kind of crazy. But it's something Oda would do, though. Where it's like, yeah, Foxy...
We're going to see Foxy at this point, man. I'm not even ruling it out. I mean, later on, we get freaking, a Capone beige callback. Like, yeah, we're going to get Foxy.
It's inevitable, bro. It's inevitable.
Yeah, everything comes full circle. Where's Foxy at now?
Thought that was really, really, really cool with the Davy Back. You got Whitebeard, Shiki, Buckin. You got like a squad off of Davy Backs, which is insane. But the issue is, because you got a lot of these people from Davy Backs, they do not care about you because they're only there out of obligation, not because they actually want to be there. So you have a dilemma here where like all of your ambitious goals, they buy in because they have to, but if your life is on the line, I'm sorry, bro.
Every man for himself.
Hey, we got to get out alive as well.
And their corporation's probably in the trash too.
Yeah, it's like, all right, if you die, it's out. We're free.
Yeah, like, I mean, I doubt, like, you know, Whitebeard and Wang Ji have, like, a combination attack. Like, are they really friends? I don't know. Maybe.
No.
I mean, they're eating together.
I feel like there'd be some, like, maybe some crew members that end up being cool, that is placed together. But as far as all of them being friends and, you know, buddy, hell no.
It's not like the Straw Hats.
No. But here, we go back to Elbaf. Right? Because Harold rushed back.
He really cared about Loki, man.
Harold's a good man.
He is. He just doesn't know. It's tough. I know I keep on harping on that, but still, man, so much could be solved if Harold was just always present. But, you know, bigger fish to fry. I get it.
Also, for Harold,
tough.
He sees Loki, and Loki's in bed with the bandages back on.
Yeah, covered his eyes.
Has Harold ever seen Loki's eyes?
We do not know. I feel like most people would say, "Oh yeah, of course Harold knows." But I mean, even when Loki was a baby, Harold just kind of accepted that Loki's eyes were up.
Yeah, and so, you know, it's just small things that you wish Harold would do to just like make Loki understand. Like, dude, I actually
love you, son.
You know, either way, he pulled up, and Loki, he's like, "Man, Dad really came back." Nah, it wasn't for me. There's no way he came back for me. And like, even when he came back, he said, "I rushed home as fast as I could, but I'm glad you already turned a corner on your recovery." Again, I don't want to speculate because it's his translations, right?
Yeah.
But he says, "I rushed home as fast as I could, but I'm glad you've already turned a corner on your recovery." Which is like, I came home quickly, but it seems like you're good. So, yeah, you're strong, Loki.
Yeah, good job, Loki.
Yeah, good job. You know, where it's like a kind of sentimental moment. Like, are you okay? You know, like, man, I was really worried about you. He's like, "Man, you good? Like, I didn't even have to come back here."
Actually, I'm gonna leave tomorrow.
He's like, "Stay away from that place, all right? It's dangerous over there."
I got to make more allies.
Yeah, but, you know, he just had just much more that he was thinking about. He thought Loki was fine because...
He should have just taken Loki with him, man. I mean...
Bro, like you said...
Easy solution.
That should have been very easy. Very easy. But at that point, Harold's not thinking like that because imagine... Because, bro, you saw what Harold was doing. He was invading Mary Jo.
Yeah, but how often has that happened, right?
That's like the only
crazy thing Harold has done.
If Harold is willing to do that, I wonder what else this guy was doing.
It's just like another Tuesday for him.
He's just like, hey, this is how you made all those allies by crazy risks. So Rocks greets him like how Luffy greeted Zoro and Wano, which is like, "Zoro!" He's like, "Harold!
I missed you."
He's like,
"That's
Rocks."
so funny.
He's like, "What?" He's like, "What? I heard about all your crimes. What are you doing here?" And Rocks is like, "You gotta join my crew, man. Look at us. Huh? Look at us. The world government doesn't care about you, man. Come on. The time has come." But Harold, being the responsible adult, says, "You know, I got allies now, man. I can't be associated with you." And Rocks, he's right. They're government pawns for the most part. And he's saying, like, let's level the playing field, right? Let's become the greatest and let's take what we want. If he had run into Harold years ago,
like 109 years ago?
From this point to like 150 something years ago, 60 something years ago, it would be completely different. Harold's like, "Hell yeah, let's do it." Or he might, well, first he'd have to respect Rocks first because, you know, he looked at humans, but eventually he would go with him. But like you said, that's the old way. Elbaf has changed. And Rocks is like, "People never change. I can still feel your bloodlust." And Whitebeard is just annoyed. Like, "Can't we just eat? Like, can we
Obviously, this guy's not gonna join us. Can we just move on?
can we just eat? And then Harold turns to Shiki like, hey man, don't follow this guy. He's gonna lead you down a very bad path. Shiki laughs like, come on, bro. Like, nobody's following this idiot, this moron. Like, if he died, nobody would even care. And then they go down this really shonen-y moment where like they're kind of somewhat completing each other's sentences, right? It's like they just start talking. Dude, I love it.
I eat it
absolutely
up, man.
love it. Cause you know how it's gonna be in the anime. It's gonna be like ding, ding.
And then the box of like their description, their epithets. It's like, yo, dude, this is gonna be a great scene.
Would have been amazing.
Like they have the same aura as like when we saw another great moment, like when we first saw the Toby Roppo back in Wano. Like we got like the box, like, oh, here they are, just all hanging out and eating at the party. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that was that's what I thought about the Toby Roppo. But yeah, I like how they all kind of finish each other's sentences. The one I think the most taken aback by was Ochoku. This is Ochoku.
Yeah, it's Wang Ji.
We've heard a lot about Ochoku,
man. We finally met him.
Caribou's dad or uncle or something. Caribou.
That's what people are saying. They're like, "Yo, he looks like Caribou Corbu." I'm like, "Yeah, I can see it." You know,
he looks like Corbu, but with Caribou's like tongue.
And the craziest part is that this person, do not forget, they're kind of like the fifth Yonko in a way.
They took over Hachinosu after Rocks.
Yeah.
They claimed Hachinosu. And I don't know how many people know about the Rocky Port incident because that was in the SBS where Law took the Rocky Port. That was the ship that had kings and people on there. He goes to Hachinosu. Blackbeard is going against Ochoku. And somehow Blackbeard, Law, and Kobe, they're teaming up because Law, of course, he's going against pirates. Kobe's trying to save people. Blackbeard is trying to take out Ochoku. It's the pirate island. They're probably ganging up on them. Law took that opportunity to take 100 hearts so he can become a warlord. Kobe became a hero because he saved a bunch of people. And Blackbeard took over the island. So it was mutually beneficial
to beat
each
this
of them.
Guy.
All of this to beat Ochoku.
And keep in mind, Ochoku looks old as hell in this flashback. So 46 years later, age Ochoku up 46 years. That is the person that Blackbeard, Law, and Kobe teamed up against. Brother,
I would assume
that's like a Yonko level character. That's crazy.
He's over Pirate Island, but I'm assuming like Pirate Island is a lot of pirates.
Oh, yeah.
And so, even Blackbeard being as strong as he is with this crew or whatever, I'm sure Law was putting in work, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Law's crew, Kobe, and whoever was behind Kobe. Like, maybe Helmeppo was there even. Burgess was probably there. Like,
because civilians were
all
there.
Those characters there fighting. It's like, what?
It's a full-on war. And that's how Law became a warlord. And Kobe got some acclaim. And Blackbeard took over the island. So Ochoku is a major player in the future that doesn't get the credit because he doesn't become like an official Yonko. But he was kind of moving like that. Yeah,
the fifth emperor before Luffy, man.
Somewhat. Now, Ganzui, I don't know who that is. People are saying that's Patty's dad or Aruge's dad.
We've seen this guy before in Thriller Bark, which is kind of fun. I love the callback.
Ganzui, the smuggler. And so they have the entire plan is to sell the island back to the world government by taking it from the people who currently have it because they came into an insane fortune there. But the plan is to not really give the island back, is for Rocks to take over. But they're still going to get paid and everybody leaves with a lot of money. So that's the plan.
Ooh, wait. You forgot Don Merlone.
I forgot about Capone's dad or uncle.
Yeah.
Because Capone is from the West Blue. This guy is from the West Blue. Obviously, either they're in the same well, he's Don Marlin, right? And Capone is Capone Gang Beige.
They could be from different families.
Could be from different families, but related.
Yeah,
You know,
somehow.
cousin. You know, like with gangsters, always like a cousin. You know.
Yeah,
Could
or
be
like
cousins.
my stepson.
Yeah. That's my brother's kid. You know, his name is Capone.
Yeah, that was good. Wow, what the hell? Oh, you watched The Godfather recently, huh?
No,
Oh,
I think that was just
yeah. You know, I've never watched The Godfather.
I haven't either.
Maybe we should
It's
watch
on
it.
the list.
Yeah, it's on the list.
I'm down. I'm down to watch. I have heard a lot of great things, but
Yeah.
I've never gotten a chance to watch it. But I mean, typically I like gangster,
Yeah,
you know, that type of.
and they're all like
gangster
what French,
movies.
right?
I think so.
Yeah, something like that.
I remember I made a whole
kidding.
theory 11 years ago about there's this whole like encompassing theory about like how Capone was connected to liquor iron ore, and how all this tied back to the massacre soldier.
Oh my god!
Because of
Is
because
this like a
I
mega
did,
theory? What the hell?
I did extensive research on this because apparently the guy who killed somebody, his nickname was the Massacre Soldier, and this is the whole theory about Sanji, who Sanji's brother was, and it landed on Killer being Sanji's long lost brother.
How's that theory going? Is it still like possible or?
I don't think so. I don't think it is. I
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the stocks for Killer being Sanji's brother,
I don't think so.
They're not looking too great today in
Because
2025.
I even went down was like Sanji didn't see Killer and Sabaody. It was like this whole thing. So, but it was fun. It was a fun theory. Either way, I think watching The Godfather could be cool.
Yeah.
But for Rocks, he had his entire plan, right? And he is going off, right? He is. Look how the size of Rocks the Herald is the same, but like he's as big as Harold's plate, his fork. But he is going off about how this is the prologue to his life. Like he's like, bro, this is the beginning of it, right? Like this is like we're just getting started. I'm gonna crush the Navy. I'm gonna bring down the Holy Land, and I'm gonna be the king of the world. I can imagine
Blackbeard,
in the anime, his crewmates, they're behind him, like almost rolling their eyes, like
rolling their eyes, laughing, eating food, looking away.
Because Whitebeard doesn't care about
There
this.
he goes again.
Like, no, they don't care about this, man. They want money. But even Harold's like, your enemies are too big. You're picking a fight with the whole planet. I thought that was ironic, Harold saying that, considering his size. But Rox is right. He said, somebody's bound to pull it off. Why not me? And he said, like, he echoes some of Dofi's sentiments about power not lasting forever. He said, Harold, like, we can do this. And in the midst of that, you have young Loki taking it all in and being completely enamored and becoming an official Rox D. Zebek fanboy.
Yep. He wants to take over the world now, man. He found a dream to believe in.
He said, the world, though. At this point, Loki is not only a blank canvas, but he's anti-Harold. He likes his dad. He respects his dad, but he doesn't agree with his dad's actions. He doesn't agree with how his dad views humans, which is interesting considering he's now enamored by this human, but this human also said, I want to take everything. And Loki's like, I believe him, especially considering, dog, he put Loki went into bed. He was actually bedridden after Rox's attack. And the crazy part is, this is not the only time Rox beat him up.
Yeah,
he does it
stabs
again
him later. Yeah, unless
he
it already
does it
happened.
again.
But yeah,
no, because it seems like this is
you're
after,
right?
right?
Yeah.
So
this is
it
when
seems
the
like Rox is
fanboyism
about to
starts.
leave, right? It seems like Rocks is leaving, and because it says that Rocks or Harold rejected Rocks numerous times, so we could assume Rocks came back over and over and over again to Elbath, possibly.
Yeah.
And Loki kept seeing him.
Huh.
Yo, can I join your crew? Kid,
You know what I thought was interesting too, just now?
What's that?
In the scene where Rocks beats Loki, it's at a bar. Now that we know that Ida and Hyrden run that bar, we're probably gonna get like a weird Roxy Zebek Hyrden Ida scene, maybe?
Because Rock's not gonna care like about where it is that he can drink. They're just gonna be there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the timeline.
Because, I mean,
Yeah.
right now we're still 44 years in the past, and then there's 6 years before God's Valley, right? So
Yeah.
So yeah, we
We
could
can
see
get-
like a Hyrden scene with Rocks, which that would be pretty big for Hyrden.
We can get something really interesting. So, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
It would be funny if this was like a film Red Uta situation where Luffy's like, hey, let me join your crew. And then Uta's like the actual kid on the crew. And Luffy's like, wait, why does she join and not me? Imagine if Rocks is like, Hyrden, you I want. Bro, you know how crazy that would be? Like, oh, I don't want Loki. I want Hyrden.
Can you imagine like it might be a part of his like flashback when he does something dope, like conquers haki awakening or something, and he looks back, he's like, whose kid is this? That's my son is gonna be that's my son is gonna be the longest living human in the world.
Yeah. Imagine Hyrden's the one who pulls off like the Rocks cannon attack, and Loki's like, what? You learned it first, Hyrden?
Hey, listen, that would be a twist. I would say that would be a twist, but there's gonna be a moment there. That scene is gonna happen.
Somebody's gonna pick
4
up the
years
mantle.
later, somebody will. 4 years later, though, that's when Rocks felt like I'm at my peak, and I would presume that because this year, because this is 4 years later,
Big Mom and
So
Kaido
this
should
is-
be here.
Big Mom and Kaido. This is the year Kaido joined.
Yeah.
So he got Big Mom and he's like, all right, this is all I need. I'm good. Let's go.
And Strusen.
And Strusen.
Can't forget about him.
And it's official. The Rocks parts are somewhat official, right? And they said he would send shockwaves throughout the world. So it's more things that Rocks accomplished with this makeshift crew. I don't know if we continue with this because this going forward doesn't tie into Harold or Loki, and it's their flashback. So I would presume this is it for the Rock stuff. And then we get back to Harold and his struggles. And because at some point, Harold becomes a government dog.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's the route we take after this, as opposed to just like following Rocks and all his exploits. It just wouldn't make sense considering like what he goes on to do.
No, I agree. I think we might get like one or two more things with Rocks. Like maybe he'll stop by again. Like, hey, Harold, join my crew now. Or, oh, Harold. Like maybe he comes by and it's like a Whitebeard Roger situation where they just drink together and they just swap
small.
stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I found a treasure of Hachinosu. You wouldn't believe it, Harold. It's blah, blah, blah. Or, oh, Harold, there's this guy named Roger. I really hate that dude.
I don't like
That'd
him.
be funny.
Harold's like, I don't know. He seems kind of cool.
Hey, this guy.
Then we get a Brooke appearance. No, I know at this
God.
point Brooke is dead. This is 44. Yeah. This point Brooke is dead.
Rest in peace.
But R.I.P. Brooke. We'll see what comes of this guy because he could be a little shady, man. Could be a little shady. The fact that Brooke can't die could mean something else, man.
Yeah.
What if
I
Brooke
want Brooke
lied?
to awaken to bring Roxy Zebek back to life so we could fight Mihawk. There we go.
So then he can kind of go into like pull the souls out of people that are dead and like fight as them for like 5 minutes.
Oh, maybe he
kinda
could do
cool.
like a shadow boxing. Like he'll bring back Roxy Zebek and then shadow box Rocks in his room to level up.
That's
Kind of like
insane.
Baki fighting dinosaurs. Yeah.
That's insanity. That's too much for Brooke. However, that rocks Jolly Roger, man. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. What do you think next chapter holds, Sai?
I think you're right. I think we will just get more Harold stuff. I think we'll see Harold probably just bend the knee. I want to see Harold pull his horns off, man, because he still has them right now.
We still don't know the reason. Well, they said the reason was to show that he's not a warrior anymore. I guess to show that he's a pacifist.
Yeah, but is that the truth?
It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. It's still crazy that it's still up in the air exactly what happened because we don't know what benefits the world government the least, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, obviously they want warriors, and so him removing his horns, could that be to be a part of the world government? They forced him to do that to show that was that like a show of servitude to the world government.
Somebody could even rip it off like forcefully. What if they're like, "Oh, right. Harold, your head's too high," and then they just rip it off? Like that would be nuts.
Where they force him to do it, and he makes up something about like why he did it. You know, where like it's almost like taking his fangs. You know, we're just like, we're gonna take your horns to show that we own you. Something like that. Because the world government, they're sick like that. But at some point, whatever Harold does, because Loki calls him a government dog, but Loki, by the end, he does respect Harold at this point. So, either way, I fully believe that Harold, whatever he does, is going to be in the benefit of his country every single time. So, amazing chapter. Elbaf is on a roll.
It's getting better and better, man. I mean, you know, when we first came here, I said, it's just giants. I don't like the giants that much. We saw Loki, and I was like, okay, Loki's kind of cool. And then we go on, we get the Holy Knights, and it's like, whoa, we get the Harley Text, whoa. And then we get Emu, and now we're getting Rocks. Dude, Elbaf, it's just going up and up and up and up.
It's a lot, and we still really haven't gotten to Loki and his entire story yet. We're still figuring out the Harold stuff, and then we still haven't beat Emu.
And we still haven't seen Shanks yet. We're going to see Shanks with Harold, too.
Emu, some Shanks stuff, the Heaven Realm. I don't know if some people are predicting Rouge could show. It's so much that could possibly still happen.
At this point, right? You know, at the beginning of Elbaf, Rouge is going to come. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, right? The last supernova. At this point, do we even kind of want a Rouge anymore? Like, I don't know.
He's in the Heaven Realm. He's in the
Heaven Realm. Is that it? He's in the Heaven Realm?
He's been praying this entire time.
Yeah. Emu's number one enemy is going to drop down and fight him, and it's a Rouge. Yeah.
Karmic duty. But an amazing chapter. Sai, appreciate you joining me
of
as
course,
usual. Brother. Guys, Sai's channel has been in the description box down below. Check it out. Great stuff. But be sure to like and subscribe. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace out.